And then I asked the kids, how do they think I originally got my idea for Wesley Booth Super Sleuth? And I was looking at something and I got the idea for Wesley Booth, and I saw a lemon. That's how I originally got the idea for the story. Because Wesley's head is shaped like a lemon, and I thought about a kid whose big brother calls him Lemonhead all the time, and always tries to squeeze his head to make lemonade. And that was my original, I guess, spark of an idea for Wesley Booth. And so, obviously, when my illustrator came on to draw Wesley Booth, he drew his head like a lemon, which I thought was pretty cool. And I thought he could be a detective because he's got a big head and he fits in his big brain and he can solve crimes. So that just proves the idea that ideas can come from anywhere. Even looking at a piece of fruit, you just have to imagine stuff and get that little spark.
From there, I like to show them some of the drawings, the final artwork, and that is the best thing about being an illustrator and not working digital. So I always take in some of the final pieces and show them around the room after I read the story to get the wow factor like you guys just did. And that gets them all sucked in, which is fantastic. And after I show them those pieces, then I actually work through a drawing process with them, which is one thing that I want to do with you guys today. I like to talk to them about the process I go through for creating expressions with my characters and how I obtain those. This little guy is Phil the Possum from Captain Kangaroo Saves the Day, and that's one of the books that I work through with the older kids.
And for this one, I'll say that I need volunteers to help me make the story noises. And I'll start by making one of the noises in here, and obviously asking the children if they can guess what it is. So the little kids, they'll be yelling out, they'll be excited, or putting up their hand or whatever, that it's a frog. So I'm getting that interaction that I need. I'll pull out one of the volunteers one of the successful people who knew what it was, and then I'll, slowly get the frog out of the bag. And their job, while I read the story, is to wait until the frogs appear in the book, and then they can make the frog noise. And I tell the other kids who are watching, that their job is really important as well, because if the frog person forgets, you need to remind them. And that does often happen, that the frog person is so busy watching the story by then that they're just standing there, and then all the other children, the frog, the frog! So everybody is involved.
By far the most exciting character in the book is the shark that threatens to eat everybody at the end of the story. So we're going to draw that character today. Now I know sharks don't have eyebrows, but eyebrows are really helpful in showing expression. So I put eyebrows on everything, mostly. So if we put the eyebrow pushing down like that, that will add to the meanness of that shark, and maybe some wrinkles under his eyes as well. I think the lip might have a bit of shade too. And inside your mouth, is that dark or light inside your mouth? If you're not sure, just look at your neighbour's mouth, get them to open their mouth for you. Dark or light in there? Dark, isn't it? Yeah. So let's put a bit of darkness in there as well. That's a place you don't want to go, inside a shark's mouth.
G'day! My name's Taj, and my pada is the camel driver in Ernest Giles' expedition, and we're going all the way from Biltana to Perth. And well, now my pada, he came from Peshawar, and it's a place on the border of Afghanistan and India, and he couldn't bring his family with him, so when he came here, he married an Irish orphan, and they had me. And so you can see that I have my camel with me today. He's not fully grown, as you can see. But Ernest Giles said that he would grow on the way. And every morning I have to pack my camel bag.
So Fancy Pants is my first book, for those of you who don't know. Came out through the Little Big Book Club in November last year, and is part of the preschool pack for 2017. This is part of an actual edit that I worked through with my editor, so the children can see that it's not just here's a story, it's written, it's finished, and then the illustrator goes and does their job. There's lots of toing and froing. And then I show them that there's more editing because it doesn't just involve one edit, or at school they might do a draft and then their good copy. That we go through the process until everybody's happy. And this then shows them the comments that Daz, the editor that I worked with for Fancy Pants, made back to me. So it takes them through that as well.
And I guess that kind of explains the weird role that an illustrator has, because you're trying to make someone else's vision, but at the same time that's impossible because you're not in their head, and you kind of also have a responsibility to bring your own creativity. And I like to bring along this picture because it was one of the first kind of character designs I did for a picture book, but then the project didn't go ahead. So I kind of want to show the whole side of you're constantly doing all these different projects, but then some of them will get shelved and then some of them will come back to life. And, the marketing team vetoed this story about a mouse who didn't eat enough fibre and had fart problems.